So, before we head to Noveria, there is one little extra piece of conversation I wanted to go ahead and share with you guys.
We're so close now. When we deliver everything, the Council will have to mobilize around us. If we could get the Council on our side, this could become a great opportunity for the Alliance.
It's been a struggle, but we've earned their respect now.
And you've been at the forefront even back in the Blitz. You'll probably get another Star of Terra out of this. I don't think I've ever met a woman like you.
I bet you say that to all your commanding officers.
Well, ever since I heard the Captain's mess gets better food. No bull, Shepard. I want to follow through with this. It's tough keeping it separated from duty. But when the mission's complete, it'll be different. I hope you feel the same, man.
Notice that there is no option here to back out of this if you change your mind. At this point, you are essentially locked in. Like, you can't really just kind of be like, all right, you know what, Caden, I'm gonna break this off. I've changed my mind. I don't want to do this. You don't really get that option here. You kind of have to follow through with it, unless...
That sounds nice. Careful. You'll distract me from saving the galaxy.
It'll take care of itself one of these days. Or nights. Shepard, you are hard to step away from. We'll get this done, Commander. The sooner the better.
We'll talk later, Caden.
I'd like that.
I already hinted at this, at what I'm gonna do, to kind of deal with this. Alright, let's head to Noveria. Just checking if there's anything to survey on these other planets here. Yep. Noveria is a small frozen terrestrial world, barely habitable by conventional definitions. It is privately chartered by the Noveria Development Corporation, who lease out labs to perform research too dangerous or controversial to be performed elsewhere. Given Noveria's unique situation, it is the source of many wild conspiracy theories. Yeah. Yep.
Approach control, this is the SSV Normandy, requesting a vector and a berth.
Normandy, your arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Landing access granted, Normandy. Be advised, we will be confirming identification on arrival. If confirmation cannot be established, your vessel will be impounded.
What a fun bunch. I think I'll take my next leave here.
Yeah, this planet is full of fun people. Very paranoid people who are like, hey, don't interfere with our corrupt or controversial business dealings here, okay? We don't want anybody poking their noses in places we don't want it to be poked in, okay? So obviously one of the more mandatory characters to bring with you on this mission is, of course, Liara, since her mother is here. The other one that's very highly recommended, of course, is taking Rex, since we, of course, are dealing with the Rachni. And, of course, the connections between the Rachni and the Krogan. Now, I've already shown what, taking both of these characters on this mission is like. But this time, instead of taking Rex, we are going to go ahead and take Garrus. Because, as I've said, we're going to keep the whole, having Garrus at our side throughout the story to kind of like keep the flow and keep that whole thing intact going.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
We already have a welcoming party.
That's far enough.
We're not here to cause problems.
This is an unscheduled arrival. I need your credentials.
You first.
We're the law here. Show some respect.
I'm Captain Maiko Matsuo, Ilanis Risk Control Services.
Yeah, you may be the law here, but I'm a council specter, so I outrank any of you here. Just making that very clear, understand? Yeah, I outrank you is a literal choice, you can say here.
I'm a Spectre. My name is Shepard.
Load of horse crap, man.
We will need to confirm that. Also, I must advise you that firearms are not permitted on Noveria. Sergeant Sterling, secure their weapons.
Nope. I like how Liara powers up.
Citadel authority supersedes yours.
I mean, even Garrus points it out right there.
Stand down. Their house, their rules.
If you think this is best, Commander.
Captain Matsuo, stand down. We confirmed their identity. Spectres are authorized to carry weapons here, Captain.
Thanks, Parsini.
Inspector. I hope the rest of your visit will be less confrontational. Parasini-san will meet you upstairs.
Behave yourself.
I look forward to killing you, Sterling.
Get out of here.
Like I said.
I'm sure Parasini-san will answer any questions you have.
I apologize if this gets loud.
Weapons protectors, don't mind the alarms.
I am Gianna Parasini, assistant to Administrator Ananias. We apologize for the incident in the docking bay.
I appreciate your help.
You're welcome. You understand our security chief was only doing her job. One of my duties is orientation of new arrivals. Do you have any questions?
Pretty heavy security for such a small port.
The executive board does everything in its power to protect the privacy of our client corporations.
I can't have my investigation hampered.
Tread lightly. The board can bury you in litigation. You'd need an Asari lawyer to see the case through.
Did I not just make it clear earlier that I'm here on behalf of the Citadel Council? You think the Council cares about Asari lawyers and litigation? Like Garrus said, our authority here outranks theirs. Like, they even tried to put litigation against the Citadel Council. They're going to run into a number of issues. Now, of course, the Council doesn't necessarily want to have to deal with that. But for goodness sakes, I think the Asari Council alone could step in and be like, no. After all, we see this on display in Mass Effect 3 when we encounter Arya. Arya simply calls the Asari Council and says like, hey, can you deal with it? And she's like, yeah, sure. And she takes care of it like that. Just to show the display of the amount of political power and influence that they have over others.
Has anyone unusual passed through here recently?
Unusual? An Asari matriarch passed through a few days ago. Lady Benezia.
Benezia. She is here?
Can I speak with her?
Benezia left for the Peak 15 research complex days ago. To the best of my knowledge, she's still there.
Could you tell me how to get there?
You'll need to ask Administrator Ananias for clearance to leave this port.
Where can I find the Administrator?
His office is on the main level, left at the top of the elevator.
Understood. Can we go in now?
Of course. If you need any help, you can ask me at the Administrator's office.
She is here. I can't believe it. I imagine you want to talk to me, Shepard. About my mother.
What I like about this is that when we find out about this, if you didn't bring Liara with you, your squad mates will comment and say, hey, maybe we should go get Liara and bring her, or hey, maybe we should go talk to Liara about this. Like, they'll actually, like, recommend that you go grab Liara and switch her into the party.
No, we don't. I trust you, Liara. You may not be military, but you're a part of my crew.
Thank you, Shepard. That means a great deal to me.
Now we can go chat with Matsuo.
I apologize for my rudeness when you arrived. I meant no disrespect. I have a responsibility to protect the safety and privacy of corporations here. The arrival of an Alliance warship was unexpected.
See, unlike Sterling, Matsuo is actually not bad. She's actually pretty nice. She actually has a head on her shoulders and doesn't care about, throwing around authority or just other stuff like that. She's actually quite respectful, and I like that.
No harm was done.
That is a generous attitude. My thanks. Is there anything I can do for you today, Commander?
She's also someone who is like, look, I'm just trying to do my job the best I can. She's not like trying to, like how Sterling does later on, where she's like, I don't care. I'm going to go ahead and, use my authority in such an, like, oh, hey, you killed cops here. You know what we do to cop killers? And Garrus will be like, these guys were corrupt and taking dirty money. And you're going to be defending that because you were, what, a part of that too?
Why are you still here? Are you guarding my ship?
All of the companies have secrets. Some of them deal in things that are not quite legal. Having a Spectre here makes them nervous. Analea-sama is buried under petitions to kick you off-world.
Then you're actually protecting Normandy from the companies.
I am protecting them from themselves. They do not have the personnel or training to assault an Alliance frigate.
There are guards everywhere. Are there that many problems here?
I am sure Parasini-san gave you the ultra-special blah-blah about business here. Everyone wants to be protected from everyone else, but everyone also thinks they have a special right to kick over everyone else.
So you have to keep them from getting too eager.
Most of my job is diplomacy. Two corps start yelling at each other, my people walk in, flash some ceramic, and they start talking civilly. If there is anything this job has taught me, it's how to be impartial.
Don't they have their own security forces?
Everything from hackers to mercenaries. They have investments to protect, after all. But we are the only ones allowed to bear arms. Which is why the companies constantly try to bribe my people. I have a clear policy against freelancing. Anyone who works on the side is fired.
Which is funny because she doesn't realize that Sterling is one of them. Which is why Sterling, when we take down the ones who did take that, she shows up and she says, oh, it's because we killed, that she thinks we're a cop killer. When the reality is that she's also kind of on that and is kind of defending them as well. Because she's a part of that. Because she knows. So it's unfortunate that Matsuo doesn't pick up that Sterling is involved in that as well.
Tell me about yourself.
You first. I'm just a security guard. I heard that there were no human specters. How did you get that job?
My crew and I were involved in Saren's raid on Eden Prime.
You disabled the nuke. That makes sense. Special Tactics likes people who can think on their feet. I served in the Marines for a decade, mustered out, and went private sector. I was under fire a few times, so I ended up leading this detail.
I'll be moving on.
Very good, Commander. Please stay out of trouble.
I'll be keeping my eye on you.
Mm-hmm. I'll see you later. Shepard, what are you looking at?
Welcome to Port Hanshan, the galaxy's most respected site for independent scientific research and development. For your own safety and to protect the privacy of others, you are required to obey any directions given by our security personnel. If you have questions or concerns, our friendly administrative staff is always available. Thank you, and enjoy your stay.
I'll talk to you later. Let's first go talk to Ananias before we start going around and doing side mission stuff.
How can I help you? How can I help you?
I'd like to speak to Ananias.
One moment, please. Mr. Ananias?
Yes, what?
Commander Shepard is asking to see you, sir.
Right, fine, come in. You will excuse me if I don't stand up. I have no time to entertain spaceborne vagabonds.
I see you've read my file.
I see you looked up my service record.
Only a fool enters negotiation without knowledge of the other party's tendencies. This greeting is a courtesy. I will only cooperate as required by the Executive Board. Businesses come here to avoid the second guessing of galactic law.
Are you telling me you have no safety protocols?
Don't be ridiculous. Do you think a for-profit company would take no precautions against loss of life and material? Project leads have the final say here, not meddlesome politicians.
I've heard an Asari matriarch is here. Benezia?
She arrived a few days ago, accompanied by a personal escort and some cargo. She's up at Peak 15.
What can you tell me about her cargo?
Large, heavy, and sealed. It passed weapons screening. Beyond that, it is not our concern.
What do you mean, personal escort?
The phrase is self-explanatory. Bodyguards attending to the safety of her person, mainly Asari commandos.
Commandos? You didn't think that odd?
They followed all our regulations. I had no reason to forbid Lady Benezia from taking them.
What brought her out here?
If I knew, I wouldn't be at liberty to say. She came here as Agent Saren's executor.
Excuse me, his what?
Executor. Saren is a major shareholder in Binary Helix. Lady Benezia is authorized to act in his name. She is here on business for Binary Helix. There were issues at Peak 15 that required Saren's attention.
I'd like to see her, immediately.
I'm afraid that you cannot. Peak 15 is a private facility in the Skadi Mountains. Regardless, there is a blizzard in the area. Shuttles are grounded and surface access has been cut off.
Surface access, you say?
Cut off, I said. The roads are not suitable for travel. Don't make an issue of this, Shepard.
Forget him, Commander. If he won't help us, I'm sure someone else here will.
Back to my other questions.
Every minute of my time you waste costs the company 12 credits. I will keep a running tally.
Do you do business with Saren?
I believe I explained this already, did I not? He is a major investor in Binary Helix Corporation, which is one of Noveria's backers.
Is Binary Helix developing weapons for him?
It's possible, given his interests. What our clients do in their labs is their business.
I have no more questions at this time.
Good. I received a dozen urgent messages while you dithered about.
Mr. Ananias isn't the only one with a pass to leave Hanshan.
Oh, sorry.
You've never worked in the corporate world, have you, Commander? You can't bludgeon through bureaucracy.
So it would seem. I need an alternative.
Talk to Lorik Keen. You should be able to find him at the hotel bar. Can't say more. Not within earshot of Mr. Ananias.
You said I should talk to Lorik Keen?
Mr. Ananias isn't the only... Keen spends his days at the hotel since his office was closed.
Tell me about the companies that work on Noveria.
Over 250 high-tech firms rent our labs. Major shareholders include Elanis Risk Control Services, Binary Helix, and Synthetic Insights Limited.
Binary Helix. They work in genetics?
BH is a leader in genetics and biotechnology. They try to keep a low profile in the media. Much of their research is in biotic modifications. That angers many Luddite, organic baseline, and fundamentalist groups.
Haven't I seen Synthetic Insights in the news lately?
They're one of only 4 corporations licensed by the Citadel Council to develop artificial intelligence. They attract many protests. No agitators have ever breached our security. That's why they invest heavily here.
Your guards work for ERCS, don't they?
The executive board gets a discount on facility security. Elanis also develops lethal and non-lethal weapons.
How large are the facilities here?
We have 17 research complexes built into the mountains. Each is a self-sufficient facility housing a staff of hundreds.
I've taken up enough of your time.
Not at all, Spectre. This is my job, after all.
Sure it is. Wink, wink. I like how she keeps this same tone while she's there until she is like, alright, look, I'm undercover, I need your help with this. And then she just kind of completely changes her tone. Just to show that this whole time she's been putting up an act, a mask, and when she drops it, she drops it.
This one offers greetings. You are the Spectre that visits Port Hanshan.
News travels fast here.
Indeed, esteemed Spectre. Your arrival was not greeted with any joy by the companies here. This one has a burden that you could ease. If an arrangement could be made, it would compensate you. This one has procured a special item for a customer. The item is not permitted within the station, but you could bring it through customs.
Maybe later. Right now, I need supplies.
Of course. This one apologizes for inconveniencing you.
There we go. And the license. Nothing else.
Has the other reconsidered this one's plea?
Maybe later.
Of course.
That's actually not bad for Garrus. It's light, but not instead of medium, but still. Less damage protection, but it does have more shields and more tech and biotic. Sure, let's go ahead and grab that. Garrus. Yeah. 3 of us, red and black.
Has the other reconsidered this? Of course.
Okay, that's it. We'll come back to this guy. Actually, hold on a second.
Has the other reconsidered this one?
Tell me about the job again.
This one has procured a special item for a customer.
You want me to use my status to smuggle for you?
That is not inaccurate.
I won't carry anything if I don't know what it is.
This one must be discreet. Rest assured, the contents pose no threat to anyone within this port.
I want to know where this package is going.
This one's customer prefers to remain anonymous.
I'd be stupid to do this without knowing that I'm not equipping my own enemies.
Your words are not unreasonable. The customer is the Krogan called Inamorda. That one is a bounty hunter of some repute, and quick to anger. You understand this one's urgency. That other grows restless from the delay.
I have no problem with that.
This one humbly thanks the Spectre. The package will be delivered to your vessel. All you need do is bring it to this one. Please do not mention this to Administrator Analaeus. That one would levy fees. Is there anything else this one might help you with?
I'm just browsing.
This one awaits your return.
Alright, let's now head to... We don't need to go to Synthetic Insights yet. Let's go to the bar. Let's go talk to some people there. Because there's quite a few people to talk to over there. Liara, what are you doing?
Excuse me, I need a moment of your time.
The male human at the hotel bar? He's a sales rep for Binary Helix. His name is Rafael Vargas. I need you to speak with him.
Do you know who I am?
Everyone here knows who you are, Dullstone. That makes you ideal for my job.
Excuse me?
You are a known quantity, or so Vargas will think. He will assume you are here to investigate his company's dirty laundry. That will distract him from my real intentions.
Did you just call me a dull stone?
He's right there. Why not talk to him yourself?
I wish I could. I already bungled this myself. He realized I was not a real buyer.
I don't know anything about Binary Helix. What would I talk to Vargas about?
I represent the Aramali City Council on Thessia. Our town is known for its biotic amp crafters.
What is your city's interest in Binary Helix? They do not manufacture amps.
Much of BH's work relates to biotics. There are rumors that the Noveria branch has flown in Asari biotics. Powerful ones. Commandos, to be specific. We want to assess any potential risk to Asari copyrights. You will present yourself as a buyer, on behalf of the Spectres or the Alliance. Discuss their military enhancement programs. Your real objective will be to distract him. I will give you a device that will crack into his personal wireless network. It will upload a variety of monitoring viruses. They will infiltrate Binary Helix when he logs onto their intranet.
What's in it for me?
Money, of course. I would be well paid for this. So would you. 500 credits.
You think this uniform's just for show? My job is to enforce the law, not break it.
Do you think that Binary Helix obeys all the laws? That they do not spy on other companies?
What they might be doing somewhere else doesn't justify my acting against them here.
Very well, Spectre. I will be on my way.
It is rather amusing to do that little assignment there, talking to this guy and being like, hey, let me talk to you about military programs.
Can I help you?
But, yeah. Not really interested or invested in helping Asari copyrights.
I'm sorry. The hotel is off limits to those without a court.
Don't hang up. Elder brother, it's me. I'm on Noveria now. I can't talk long. This call is costing 10 credits a minute. It's real time from the Traverse. Did you think it would be cheap? I need some information. There's an issue here with synthetic insights. The manager, Laura Keene. He got caught with his toes wet. The office is closed by Hanshen's administrator. I need you to see what you can find out about... Are you ready for his name? Ronadril Gan Swa Folsum Karapan Nar Ead Belanaleus. No, that's the administrator. The Hanshen administrator. Well, think about it. A Turian wouldn't risk getting his office closed. They don't compromise their team. That's drilled into them from boot camp. I think the administrator is using this Keene fella to draw flies from his own clutch. Of course I could look it up myself. But do you think I'm likely to get any unfiltered data through Noveria's own network? That, and it would take forever for any out-system search results to get back here. Thank you, Elder Brother. I have to go. Yes. I'll speak to you soon.
Interesting. Also, here's that Krogan that we were told about by that Hanar.
What do you want?
I've heard Opold has something for you.
Like I care that you know? You his courier or something?
Yes, but I haven't picked up his cargo yet.
Sit down a minute. I have a business proposal. I'm paying the Hanar more than I want. I'll bet he's paying you less than you want. Sell it to me directly.
I'll consider your offer.
We'll make the right decision.
I don't recall what the difference is in terms of pay between them. Alright. Security at Synthetic Insights is now disabled. Now let's go talk to Laura Keene. Actually, hold on a second. Before we go talk to him, let's go take a look over here. Real quick.
Good. I don't think I'm supposed to mention numbers. They'd only write them down on thin strip.
Full benefits, of course.
Oh, sure. The company takes care of its own. Full insurance, paid vacation, subsidized housing. After a year, I'd start getting stock options.
You hear about the resort they've got? At the equator. Bounce packing, diving, an accredited asset Eurofield.
If you like that sort of thing, I'd rather admire the view.
Okay, nothing here. Just wanted to double check. Mr. Keene?
Afternoon. Sit down, have a drink. What can I do for you?
Are you Lorik Keene? I heard you might be able to help me.
You are the Spectre that just arrived, are you not? What can an old Turian like me possibly help you with?
I'm trying to find a way into the garage. I have places to go.
You need a pass. How fortuitous. I'm the manager of the local Synthetic Insights office. For the moment, at least. Mr. Analeus closed my office. He claims to be investigating reports of my corruption. The administrator is an interesting man. He's become quite wealthy since he took direct control of rents.
I sense a connection there.
Indeed. I acquired evidence of Analeus' actions. His hired goons are ransacking my office to find it. I suspect your goal lies outside this port. Mr. Analeus would be disinclined to let you wander. If you recover the evidence from my office, I will give you my garage pass, as well as a sum of credits.
How did you get a pass?
I'm a manager. Most executives on Noveria are free to come and go as they will.
Why didn't Analeus cancel your pass clearance?
Why should he? There's nothing outside but snow and hungry Nathak.
You have a plan?
I do. However, there is one other... What is that charming human expression? Fly in the lotion?
Ointment.
Violence against Mr. Analeus' thugs may be necessary. He has members of Han Shan's security team searching my offices. He's paying them under the table. Miss Matsuo is unaware of their outside employment.
Like I said, and I don't believe this is entirely confirmed, but I'm very, suspicious that Miss Sterling is also a part of that group being paid under the table, which is probably why she was so hostile to us when we arrived. Probably to try and help defend Analeus from us, because she probably suspected that we would possibly interfere with what was going on there.
I'll focus on trying to get your evidence. If I'm lucky, I won't have to fight anyone.
Excellent. Here is my pass into our offices. It will activate the elevator. The evidence is on my office computer. This OSD contains an encryption key to access it. Slide it into the drive and it will auto-execute. Oh, and do try to keep bloodstains off the carpets, would you?
Sure. Actually, hold on a moment.
Always a pleasure, Spectre. Any news on that matter I asked you to look into?
Did you see an Asari matriarch recently?
Yes, she caused quite a stir. It's not every day a matriarch arrives with a guard detail of commandos.
Is it so unusual to see a matriarch?
They rarely venture beyond Asari space. To see such an esteemed figure is surprising. Lady Benezia was also dressed for her role. An Asari in a pinstriped suit set tongues wagging among the younger male employees, so to speak.
Young males have an unhealthy obsession with my species.
You don't say, Liara.
Armed commandos were allowed on Noveria?
I don't know if they were disarmed. Of course, one can't confiscate biotic powers. Saren, and by extension, Benezia, is an important person. By that I mean an investor who might sell stock, if denied.
Do you know why Benezia is here?
She claimed to be Saren's assistant, here to get a certain project back on track. I suspect she meant Peak 15.
I have a different question.
Humans are full of questions. I should write a book about it while I have the time to spare.
I need to get up to Peak 15.
Indeed. That might be difficult. A terrible storm has been unleashed up there.
The administrator won't give us garage access.
Not surprising. Of course, all the managers have access as well. I do, for that matter.
I should let you go.
Let me go. Do humans consider conversation a form of imprisonment? That would explain why so few are willing to sit and talk.
I like Laura Keane. So before we head up to Synthetic Insights, why don't we go ahead and deal with this cargo that the Hanar needs help with. Now, of course, there's a few different ways you can go about this. You can go ahead and get this, and you can give it to the Hanar to help him out. You can give it to the Krogan, who would be like, alright, thanks, and that way I won't have to pay the Hanar that much. Or, you can give it to Ananias, and he can go ahead and reward you and plan to give fees to the Hanar and such. So, I don't want to give it to Ananias because, well, screw that guy. I feel like if I don't give it to the Hanar, he could get hurt. And I don't want the Hanar to get hurt. If I give it to the Krogan, then he may go, well, looks like I don't need you anymore. So I think it'd be better if we just go ahead and give it to the Hanar for his own safety. Notice that Sterling and Matsuo are not here anymore. Just pointing that out. So yeah, the journal doesn't tell you that, but that's something that you can go ahead and actually explore and check out once you have the package. Those other kind of dialogue options can actually open up for you. But yeah, for the Hanar's safety, we'll go ahead and give this to him. And I'm sure this one would be very grateful.
Greetings, Spectre. Have you brought the package?
It's interesting, I say, I'm keeping it. I can be like, yes.
Here you are.
The Spectre has done a great service for this one. From the deepness of light, it thanks you. This one promised compensation for services rendered. It humbly suggests that a sum of 250 credits would be most appropriate.
That's it? I mean, you kind of needed me in order to be able to do this. I'm sure you could do a little bit more than that.
Would you have had any chance of getting this past customs without me? You can be a bit more generous.
The other's words possess the discomforting ring of truth. This one could raise the sum to 500 credits. That is half this one's profit taken by the other. It can offer no more.
That's thoughtful of you.
This one is glad to have come to an agreement.
I'm just browsing right now.
This one awaits your return.
Alright, so when we return, we will be trying to head into Synthetic Insights to get the data for Laura Keane so we can get a pass to head to Peak 15. Stay tuned.